This is what victory over Russia looks like. Kharkiv has been one of the most intense areas of fighting since the early days of this conflict. We're in the residential region of Saltivka, and from almost day one, this residential neighbourhood has come under heavy attack. You can even see huge craters in the middle of the streets where Russian bombs hit this civilian neighbourhood. Now, Ukraine says that its military has pushed Russian forces back right up to the Russian border. Now, that's only about a 30-minute drive away from here. This is Ukraine's largest residential area. Tens of thousands of people were forced to flee from just this neighbourhood alone, and they still haven't been able to come back, and that has now been about 12 weeks. The people who have remained are still sheltering in bunkers. They've been there for about 80 days. Now, just because Russia has been pushed back away from Kharkiv, that doesn't mean that this area is safe. We wanted to come in and film in this area yesterday, but it was still just too unsafe. There was still the very direct threat of Russian arterial attacks in this area. And even now, we can hear bombs going off in the distance. We do understand, though, that they are Ukrainian forces shooting back towards Russian military positions. Another big concern for people here are landmines. We can't come off the asphalt. We can't walk over onto this grassed area, a children's playground that has been heavily bombed because as the Russians retreated, they left landmines littered right throughout this area. To see, not surprising though, because this has been the front line since the very first days of Russia's so-called special operation. My cameraman is just showing you some of the devastation in this neighbourhood. We're in a neighbourhood of Kharkiv called Saltivka. You can see where a Russian bomb, a Russian missile has hit in a residential area, and it's just the families that you think that have been living in bunkers for now almost 80 days. You may have just been able to hear that explosion in the background. We are still quite close to the front lines, but those artillery strikes that you can hear are actually outgoing Ukrainian forces firing at Russian positions now. Because from where we are, it's only about a half-an-hour drive to the Russian border, and that is where Ukrainian forces say they have pushed the Russian enemy troops back to from this area. This is Ukraine's largest residential district. It's in Kharkiv, the second largest city, and there's really not much left of it. Adnan, you can see people's belongings strewn all over the streets. We actually can't get any closer than this into these residential buildings because there are so many landmines that remain in this area. We're actually not allowed, according to our military escort, to come off the asphalt because here it might look like there's no more enemy directly attacking the civilians, but they have mined this entire area and we can't get any closer to the residential buildings than this.